Hello, everyone, and welcome back. If you've ever struggled with bad breath that just seems to hang around no matter how much you brush or use mouthwash, trust me, you are definitely not alone.
Today, we're going beyond those temporary fixes, the mints and the rinses. We're going to explore the real, permanent solutions that get right to the root cause of bad breath. So, let's just dive in and uncover the science behind it all.
Okay, so to find a real, lasting solution, we've got to understand where bad breath, or halitosis if you want to get technical, actually comes from in the first place.
And here's the first big surprise for a lot of people. In a whopping 80 to 85% of cases, the source isn't your stomach or some other deep internal problem. Nope, it's right there, inside your mouth.
So what is that smell? Well, it's caused by a group of gases called volatile sulfur compounds, or VSCs for short. And these nasty little gases are produced when certain bacteria in your mouth start breaking down leftover proteins and amino acids from the food you eat.
Now, this is where it gets really fascinating. This table here shows just how specific this whole process is. See, different types of bacteria produce different VSCs, and each one has its own unique and, let's be honest, pretty unpleasant smell. You've got hydrogen sulfide from plaque that smells like rotten eggs, and then there's methyl mercaptan, which is often linked to gum issues and smells, well, like feces. It's pretty specific stuff.
So why the mouth? Why is it such a hotspot for all this activity? Well, as Dr. Nicholas Gears so perfectly puts it, your mouth is like a Garden of Eden for bacteria. I mean, think about it. It's warm, it's humid, and it gets a constant supply of food every single time you eat. It's literally the perfect environment for these odor-causing bacteria to just thrive.
Okay, so what's the big takeaway here? The real key to fresh breath isn't about covering up the smell. It's about managing the bacteria that create the smell. And that all starts with a few simple but super powerful daily habits. This is your first line of defense, right here. It's a simple, 3-step routine that's all about physically getting rid of the bacteria and their food source. Brushing takes care of the easy-to-reach surfaces, flossing gets into those tight spots between your teeth, and then cleaning your tongue. That's for tackling the biggest bacterial hideout of them all.
And this right here shows you exactly why that third step, cleaning your tongue, is an absolute must. The rough surface of your tongue can have over 100 bacteria attached to a single cell. Compare that to other surfaces in your mouth, which only have about 25. I mean, it's no contest. Your tongue is by far the biggest home for those stinky VSC-producing bacteria.
All right, so you've got that core cleaning routine down. What's next? How do you really reinforce it? Well, let's look at some simple, all-natural allies that can help keep your oral environment healthy all day long.
All of these habits work by helping your body's own natural defenses. Drinking water just physically washes away food and bacteria. Crispy foods like apples and carrots and chewing sugarless gum, they kick your saliva production into high gear. And your saliva, that's your body's own amazing natural mouthwash. And get this, even just rinsing with green or black tea has been shown to slow down the growth of those odor-causing bacteria.
But what if you're doing all this? You're brushing, you're flossing, you're scraping your tongue, you're staying hydrated, and the problem still won't go away. Well, that's when it might be time to look a little bit deeper.
Yeah, for those of you who are really serious about your health, this is important to know. Sometimes persistent bad breath isn't just about your mouth. It can actually be a signal your body is sending about a different underlying issue.
One potential cause that a lot of people don't even know about is tonsil stones. These are these little hardened lumps of food debris, minerals, and bacteria that get trapped and basically calcify in the nooks and crannies of your tonsils. And man, can they create a powerful source of bad breath.
Another really common culprit is acid reflux, or GERD. What happens is, stomach acid can actually travel all the way up into the back of your throat and nose. This causes a lot of irritation and postnasal drip, which then coats the back of your tongue with proteins. And guess what? Those VSC-producing bacteria absolutely love to feast on that stuff.
And in some rarer cases, the specific smell of your breath can be a major clue to a bigger health condition. A distinctly fruity smell, for instance, could be a sign of uncontrolled diabetes. An ammonia-like odor might point to kidney problems. If you notice anything like this, it is absolutely crucial that you go talk to a medical professional.
So this all brings us to what science is now pointing to as the ultimate fix. And it's a total paradigm shift. It's not about waging war on all bacteria. It's about rebalancing your entire oral microbiome. This is the path to a truly lasting solution.
The key idea here is that lasting fresh breath doesn't come from having a totally sterile mouth. In fact, that's pretty much impossible. The real goal is to create a healthy, balanced ecosystem. Think of it like a garden, where the good plants, the good bacteria, thrive and naturally keep the weeds, or the bad bacteria, in check.
And this is where the science gets so cool. We're now learning that we can actually change this balance on purpose. Studies are finding that when you introduce specific oral probiotics, like this Lactobacillus salivarius strain right here, you can seriously help control bad breath by repopulating your mouth with the good guys.
So you ready to solve this problem right at the source? For those of you who are serious about finding a lasting solution to bad breath, I want to share something that does just that. It addresses the problem at its source. There's a product called Prodentim, which is an oral probiotic specifically designed to help balance your mouth's microbiome. And as we've seen, that is the absolute key to eliminating bad breath permanently. The team at Prodentim is actually offering a special discount right now, and it comes with their 60-day money-back guarantee. Just check the link in the description to learn how you can finally get that fresh breath that really lasts. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will see you next time.